7X sang in semifinal one of Melodi Grand Prix 2023, but only three of the seven could advance to the final. Sinan, should we talk about it? Let's
Let's
do
do this!
this! Now, the first qualifier, these were announced in random order, by the way. The first announced qualifier was Umami Tsunami with Geronimo. Sinan, what are your first thoughts on Umami Tsunami?
Oh my gosh, I am absolutely proud of them because they are completely new. They are I feel like this is their like debut live performance, like TV live performance.
Yeah.
So good job, and they qualified. Like wow, the energy was there, the vocals were there, and but plus autotune. I said that in our reaction video because they needed that because they don't have the experience, the vocal uh the vocal agility, to dance and
Ability.
yes, also to sing and dance at the same time. So
So I'm positive about this. I'm very positive about this. However, I definitely share your concerns. They sort of remind me of the new hurricane. Like the new hurricane in Serbia sort of lacks the experience of the old hurricane in Serbia.
oh,
And this is not shade because they are so young and they have time to develop and grow.
mm-hmm,
And what a huge honor for them to already be given this spot in MGP at this young age.
mm-hmm.
I just think the auto tune, it's really noticeable. If you go to our Instagram, there's a rehearsal clip. They don't sound the same as they do on TV, which to me suggests something has changed. And also, I think they need a bit more swagger, just a bit more confidence, because at times I felt like one of them, the rapper, the first one, like the dancing was not like as vigorous as it
Magnus.
needs to be, right? Like, K-pop guys and girls, they go for it, right? They have this whole finishing and training. I think this group could become that. However, they have a ways to go. They really need to hit the not the ballet studio, hit the dance studio, have a few drinks. Well, they're underage actually, so maybe they shouldn't have a few drinks. They they need to have some soda water with some extra fizz. You're 16, 17 is very young, and this is a huge platform, so I wish them the best. It's a great studio track, and I know that they're going to improve by the time of the final. They're going to get there, so good luck, Umami
Yeah,
Tsunami. Any other
they
thoughts,
should be
Sinan?
proud. Like they should be proud. Like this is such a huge success for them, and I am thankful that they qualified, and it was one of our top three qualifiers, right?
All three of my predictions made it, girl. Yeah!
Hello? Yes. So well done. And actually the production of the show, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
It looked good. By the
Bravo.
way, the guy who does the back flip or the front flip, Kieran, I think is his name, he told the press in Norway that he knows he's not a good dancer, so he wanted to do the flip to make a contribution. That was very sweet of him.
Hard
All right,
work.
but look, we got to move on. We got to move on. The next qualifier, Ulrika Brandstorp with Honestly. We expected big things, and Sinan, I think she delivered.
Absolutely. She was literally glowing. Like glowing. Like I was literally watching like that, so focused, so staring at her at the performance and nothing else. Like I was literally in the TV.
Yeah, it's interesting. They stage it somewhat like attention, woman on platform, camera going around, beautiful
Oh.
crystal dress. The way it caught the light, she looked so stunning. The close ups, her makeup was perfect. She was delicate yet strong. One thing I really loved is when she hit the big note and you saw her in silhouette from the side with like
Yes.
the big spotlight. I thought
Yeah.
that was just an incredible moment. Did Ulrika, in your mind,
Mm.
win the night? Do you think she was the winner tonight?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Like the song itself and also the performance was, like the biggest performance and the biggest song of the night, like the big favorite. So I think that people voted for it a lot. And we don't have juries, right? No, it's
No,
100% televote.
yeah, I agree. I think that vocally it was just so competent, and I think it really stood out as this power ballad. Like the other ballad from Madame Branson from '87 Eurovision,
Kate, yeah.
all I remember is the tassels. She has some tassels on her. No, but she was good. That's just not my cup of tea, that music. But we move on to the other qualifier,
Oh,
the incredible Alessandra Mele, honey.
wow.
Queen of the Kings. Listen, this is so Eurovision. This is so Norway at Eurovision. This is like mythology with a disco beat, Euro dance. It was I burned 400 calories watching her move. I feel so skinny now. Please, see not.
Oh, yes. Work that waist, honey. Oh, shit. That energy, I
Incredible.
absolutely got everything I needed from her. Like the energy, the power, the vocals. I think she may have, as well, some altitude and some, corrections, but maybe not. I'm not sure, but it was literally like a studio version for me, like the
Yeah.
vocally. And
Isn't it
yeah,
funny though? We can't even be sure if they're singing live. And that, to me, that's really awkward. It makes it really hard
yes,
to assess the quality of each act when we have to ask
yes.
ourselves, is our girl singing live? I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
if she had just given a great performance, which she likely did, we could
Mm-hmm.
celebrate her. But now we have to question everything. And that's why I don't
Yeah.
like autotune.
Mm.
Forgive me.
Well, she wasn't, dancing too much, like jumping or something like that. So maybe that's why she chose not to dance that mu too much and, just deliver vocally.
You didn't think she was dancing? I thought she was moving a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean, jumping and going crazy. Like she did dance, enough for her
What umami
performance.
tsunami backflip? Damn. We
Mm.
move on. Eric Ness with the song, with the guitar and the bowler hat. What? Wave, wave. I really liked this actually. I think live he's very tender, very sweet. I love the tattoo on the chest. I think
Mm.
he's got layers and I think he can come back in the future and actually
Mm.
make a bigger impact. I thought he was really good and I'm glad we had this introduction. I'd love to hear more of his music. This was very simple, very, very simple. And I think the three songs that made it were just more high impact. But what he did, that genre, he did it well.
I think he may come up, fourth, in the semifinal. It was actually enough, his performance and his song was actually enough. Good performance, nice performance, and yeah,
Yeah. We move on to the song Tresco. Who's the artist?
Rasmus Tal.
Thank you so much. That means like club, not club, clog, a shoe. He was in a shoe. This was a WTF moment. Our man turned his shoe into a movable club, a portable club. Then he came out of the shoe, he rattled some noise, made some noise, danced around the shoe. I don't want to say he acted like he was coming off a drug. You know when someone's addicted to heroin and they have to take methadone and they can't get enough methadone, and then sometimes it makes things difficult. I don't know. There was just a lot
Going
of
on.
yeah, it was fun. This was quirky. I thought he had a chance to go through actually based on the quirky factor, getting all up
Hmm.
in the camera. But in the end, I think like music, they wanted like a particular type, mainstreamish music kind of went
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
But I appreciate his alternative bohemian vibe.
It was it was really funny, like the outfit. I was like, what? Like
Babushka meets golfer.
literally like tip top Tresco girl, like tip top Tresco. I really like the performance. I'm not a huge fan of the full song as I was fan of the, snippet because it was too much instrumentals, like, but I really liked the performance. It was nice and funny as well.
All right, Jonathan has joined the call magically using this modern technology on the
Hello.
Skype. Welcome. Thoughts on Tresco, non qualifier Tresco from Rasmus Tall?
I thought this was actually rather fun. Like, I got his personality straight away from the VT they showed beforehand, and the fact that he was doing it seemed like he was doing this for his brother, and other sort of family connections. That was really sweet. And then the performance itself, well, yes, I would not say it was the one I would want Norway to choose for Eurovision itself. I just thought it was a bit of fun. It was nice to have in amongst all the other things. I thought he was really charming. He got the spirit of the song across. All the quirky gimmicks in there as well were just a nice addition, I'd say.
Thank you so much. We are so glad you have arrived. The next artist, Eurovision 1987, Kate Gulbrandsen, Tears in Paradise. Our girl did not have tears in paradise, but she had a whole lot of tassel. All I remember are the tassels. This song sounds like it could have been at Eurovision 1987, to be perfectly honest. I respect our elders. I respect the path she paved for this new generation of Adeline Bombo girls. But this song, I'm sorry, I would also have kept it away from the final. Sinan.
Well, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I enjoyed it. She wasn't my winner, but it was cute. I really liked it. Like it was nice. There was literally nothing interrupting me, like nothing bad, but it wasn't for the final, obviously.
Jonathan.
Yeah, it was pleasant. I have nothing really bad to say about the song, and she delivered it really well. I thought her vocal tone while singing was actually really nice. Just a really soft, velvety approach to the whole song. But yeah, when you're in amongst all the other acts, and particularly when you've got Ulrika delivering the ballad of the night, this unfortunately was not going to stand out as much.
Well, from Tears in Paradise, we get Freaky for the weekend. It is Byron Williams and Joust. So the song is just not for me. Let's just start with that. However, I thought the staging, the way it started was really cool, giving us that RuPaul's Drag Race Eureka O'Hara Shangela moment when they sing I Am American, coming from the backstage to the front. I thought it was cool. And then the way they put the graphics on the screen, that looked amazing. The transformation from office worker to getting freaky for the weekend. The song is just, yeah, this was fun. Filler. It was fun filler, and there's nothing wrong with that. You need filler, and it's better to have filler that's fun. Sinan, what did you think?
Oh, I had fun watching it. It was like watching a theatrical show,
Did you say tragic?
Theatrical show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tragic? No, absolutely not. I really love the effects, all the lights, all the stage props, and he was literally like his attitude, I really liked it, but of course it wasn't enough for the final, as we now see. But I really do liked it, and I liked how they included, Joust. Is that how you pronounce Joust?
Joust.
Joust. His mask. I really like that.
Yeah, I certainly would have kept this out of the final as well. I think everyone would agree on that. I don't know, in a way it was, again, thrown to the lions coming straight after Ulrika, and sort of that power. I think everyone was very much probably sort of still thinking about that a bit. The song itself is, it's just a bit 2000s. It's very dated, and not really what I'd necessarily want for contemporary Eurovision, but yeah. A bit of fun. He looked like he was having a good time. No, can't really tell what Joust was doing because he's got the mask in front of him for the whole time. But yeah, sort of, again, it's nice to have there, but certainly would be nowhere near sort of final worthy.
Well, I think we've now covered everyone, so let's circle back to the qualifiers to get Jonathan's hot takes, starting with Umami Tsunami. Was there auto-tune, and was there enough energy?
I'm going to say no to enough energy.
I was waiting there. I was waiting. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
So for me, the thing is that it was very obvious that they'd paired one dancer and a couple of singers together. I found it very strange that they didn't give all of them the same microphone. So you had two of them with the handheld, one of them with the little lapel sort of coming down from the ears. So that made it very obvious that, okay, this guy without the handheld one is going to do some dancing at some point, and the others are just there to back up the singing a bit more. So it felt a bit sort of forced in a way, rather than a gelled boy band for me. I do like the song. It is one of my favourite songs itself from the semi-finals. So there is part of me that is happy to see it through, but I just would like to see them just sort of commit more as a proper boy band.
How do you feel about the inclusion of auto-tune in Melodi Grand Prix?
I am generally against it, considering that you can't use it at Eurovision and people are watching the show in order to choose a Eurovision act. It just seems very strange that you would cover up things potentially in the national final for them to just be exposed once you get to Eurovision and people can't use that autotune anymore. I mean, I think particularly, like, I'm happy with the recording backing vocals at Eurovision, and that's fine. That helps with technical things whatsoever. Including autotune for lead vocals, I do just take a bit of issue with.
Now, a question for both of you, and this will also give Jonathan a chance to weigh in on Ulrika. Do you think Ulrika, at this point in national final season, could be considered a potential winner of all of Eurovision? Sinan?
Yes. I think this song is so powerful, and we know how big the Eurovision stage is, and we know how big the production at Eurovision is, and they can absolutely elevate the whole performance even more than the Melodi Grand Prix. And the song itself, even without watching the Eurovision, it's a great song. Like, it's a full of emotions, like full of message, full of musicality, and it has all the factors to be a Eurovision winner. And I will be absolutely happy for Ulrika, because after 2020, she definitely deserves that success.
This studio is small. This studio in Oslo is not big. So when she's in the massive arena in Trondheim, with everyone has their cell phone lit and the candles, whatever, it's gonna look incredible. Jonathan?
Yeah, that's sort of one of the things I picked out from this performance, is that it sort of constrained her a bit. Whereas I think, even when they moved to a bigger arena, whilst, yes, there might be more stage to fill, but I think her voice is what's going to fill that stage, regardless of how big any arena it is going to be. She can totally fill that to the rafters and beyond. Vocally, absolutely flawless. We can never really deny that with Ulrika. And I think if it comes to Eurovision, she will certainly be racking up those jury points in the final, at least. I can certainly see her going top 10. Similar situation to the likes of Amanda of Greece last year, that sort of really powerful ballad that really captures people's hearts. The one thing that takes me away from Eurovision winner is just that I can sort of tell that the song was written for Eurovision, rather than it being a great song that is just then sort of submitted, which is what we have of recent years been moving towards. So yeah, particularly when we get to the hand clappy bit, the violins come out and everything, certainly it's going to grab people's attentions. But whether there's just something a bit more natural or something a bit more, I guess, I don't want to say non-Eurovision-y, because everything can be Eurovision, but just sort of that more natural aspect to things that another country might field might just sort of tip her in terms of actual victory.
I'm fine with calculated. I'm fine with having a strategy and with playing. Because you know what? The heartfelt emotion does come out. That really does. And I understand what you're saying. But I just feel like the heart and the emotion for me balances it out. And I just love her voice and those high notes. And I think she could do really well. I could see this coming fifth, you know? So far in national season, it would definitely be a contender. We have a lot of songs still to come. But certainly of what we've heard so far and all these, let's just be honest, a lot of subpar national selections, one in particular with 40 songs that it could have two. I think this is a real standout. In any case, final thought for me is that I think the production's incredible for such a small studio. I thought these acts looked great. They made it look huge. Loved the lights. Particularly, we didn't talk about Alessandra Mele.
Yes,
We didn't talk about Alessandra. And she's the one I'm thinking
that my
of.
final point.
Yeah, so my final point is that she killed it. This is such a Eurovision song. I mean, it's like, this is Eurovision by numbers. But I like it. It's fun. It's not a guilty pleasure. It's a pleasure. Sinan.
Am I talking about Alessandra?
If you want.
Or-
Oh, you already did. This video is chaos.
She's amazing. Woo, girl. She has a lot of interest.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, I absolutely love the song. Definitely have it on repeat and will continue to have it on repeat. I think she delivered a really solid performance, delivering, some routine dance moves whilst also singing, and then the lights that the backing dancers had was great. I would say that it's maybe just missing a bit of a spark for me to just take it to the extra level, beyond sort of solid into the amazing category. I was somewhat expecting something a bit more regal, considering the lyrical content. I don't need that to be the obvious throne or crown or whatever, but just something a bit more elevated to really give it an extra spark in the final, I think would be good.
Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Did the right three songs make it to the final? Who would you have put on top? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Do not forget to subscribe. We have lots of videos. Oh my gosh.
Give the video a thumbs up and comment down below all your thoughts, and find us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and our website.
And we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.